Like basically that we have all the rights that we want, and that's just not true.
So he must be arguing that men have no reproductive rights.
Whatever he's arguing, and he's saying
Okay,
that Roe
all right.
versus Wade isn't a thing.
I'm lost.
But why would
You
men
lost
have
me.
reproductive rights? They're not. All their
Equality.
sponsorship
Hello?
is just donating sperm. But I can just go
What?
to what?
Okay, finish your thought.
I'm saying reproductive rights. What are y'all talking about in terms of like? They're not growing a baby inside of them.
Exactly.
So
Like, why don't we get to talk about
yeah,
it?
and so that you don't have a say whether or not I'm having a baby. That's what I'm saying. You're just a sperm donor, whether or not I choose to.
Even your future. Do you want to be married?
Yeah.
You'd consider your future father of your children and your husband just a sperm donor?
So if I decide to have children, yes,
I
because
mean, that's not that's.
No, because they're
I mean,
taking
that-
care of the kid.
I would if I was your husband, I'd feel pretty awful to be referred to as a sperm donor. Just saying.
when there's emotions and feelings involved, that's different.
Okay.
But you still say you and I are married and I get pregnant.
Sure.
It's still my choice. Like, do I want to have
Sure.
our child or not? So that's what I'm saying. Like,
well,
I wed thee,
Here-
a sperm donor.
here's a
and
question,
wife.
right? Here's a question. Like, let's say a guy has sex with a woman, gets her pregnant. She wants to keep the kid, right? What do you say to him if he says, hey, listen, I don't want to be financially responsible. I don't want to be involved. What do you say to him?
then that's, she chose to have the baby, then that's fine.
Because it proves the fact he is just a sperm donor.
Yeah, he is just a sperm donor. She just decided
right.
that she just, at the end of the day, she wanted to be a mom or whatever the case may be. Why we don't know her reason why she chose to keep the baby. But yeah, he's just a sperm donor, made her a mom, and toodaloos, good day, sir.
Well, he's not a sperm donor. He's the father. But perhaps this might just be semantics. But the point is that so men, we don't have any reproductive rights because in the event that he wants to have the kid and you don't, he doesn't have a say. In the event that he doesn't want the kid and you do, he doesn't have a say there. In the event that you keep the kid, and even when you go through the pregnancy, you can always give it up for adoption if you were so inclined. Men don't really have a say under those circumstances. But the big one is if he doesn't want the kid, you do, that's fine. But if you have the kid, he's now forced to pay child support for 18 years.
But he is forced and he not forced in terms of like, if I just like got pregnant off the streets, I'm not gonna go to him and be like, hey, you gotta pay me the child support.
But
if
also, if you
well-
really don't want a kid, then have a vasectomy. You can get it reversed. Then
Yeah.
like, that's on
Vasectomies
you.
are
I
not.
feel like if men had to
Vasectomies are
carry
not.
children, they'd feel a lot differently about a lot of the problems. But it's easier for them to say they
If
do or
this
don't
wouldn't
want
even be an
something that
argument
really
if guys
isn't
could
inside
get
of them.
pregnant.
Yeah.
Look, I'll give you guys my take on it. So I'd consider myself pro-choice with caveats. So,
Okay.
What's your man having a choice?
well, okay, if women are allowed to have kids, men should be able to do a legal paternal surrender, which basically means if the woman has the child, they should have the right to opt out of financial obligation and having to.
Couldn't you just wear a condom?
Can't
Can
women
you
just work?
tie
I mean,
your
you can make.
tubes, or not us.
But see, it's interesting that you make the argument that for men who don't want to financially support a children,
Wear a
tough,
condom.
tough, wear a condom, just keep your legs closed. But if you said the same thing to women of, oh, well, if you didn't want to get pregnant, you should have just not had sex
Nope.
or had been on birth control. Do you see how it's a double standard there?
No.
No.
No,
It's
because
100% because-
nowadays we have sex for pleasure, like, and sex without a condom feels better than with
Yeah,
a condom.
sure.
And so, but there are responsibilities that come with
Yeah.
if you're having sex without a condom.
Yeah.
And so, therefore, if that slip happens, so you're having sex without a condom, you either like reserve to plan B, or you accidentally get pregnant and you decide to keep the baby. But at the end of the day, it's still say that happened to me. It's my fucking choice what I decide to do, whether to keep or not. And then the discussion of like, do you want to support this or not? That's a different topic. I don't.
Yeah, I'll continue on. So basically, I would say people that are pro-life do make very compelling arguments. The argument, and keep in mind, I'm pro-choice. Not everything that is wrong should be illegal. Clearly wrong. However,
they
it's
wrong?
clearly wrong.
How are they wrong?
Would you
It's
be?
an opinion.
That's
It's
the-
clearly wrong.
How are
How?
they wrong?
Would you be okay with a woman having one day before she would otherwise give birth?
Wait, say that again.
Would you
If
be?
she was about to give birth, would you want her to kill the
otherwise be
baby?
okay with? Would you otherwise be okay with a woman having one day before she would otherwise have a healthy?
Is
Also,
that her choice because just kidding, I don't want to have a baby? I don't
Just-
think no right mind woman will decide to do that.
So at what point would you say that it's okay? So would you agree it's wrong to have an abortion a day before a woman would otherwise give birth?
Yes.
It also
Yeah, because
depends
then-
on the
Okay.
circumstances.
So
though.
at what? So let's keep moving backwards. What about a month before? Do you see where I'm getting at here?
Isn't it weird
Yes,
to like
'cause the baby's
cherry
grown.
pick like semantics with the
Yeah.
girl whose command of the English language isn't as strong? Like, it feels like you're kind of picking on her.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not.
Kind of coming for her.
No, I'm not. We're just having a discussion. Listen, the thing is that the pro-life argument is not so easily dismissed, right? But I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah, where's
you're
this
going with like
No
if a
points were
woman
made.
decides to have an or not, it's her choice. Is it wrong that like there's a heartbeat and all of that, and all of a sudden she decides to abort? Yeah, that's why it's not black and white. There's a gray area. But at the end of the day, it's still because she's the one that's growing, feeding.
Emotion.
The
I don't-
body is changing
Okay.
and all of that.
I don't see
So-
like the
so,
significance
okay,
of having
so-
an opinion if you don't have a vagina.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
Okay,
I'll get you
repeat
pregnant,
that.
Brian. Then let's see what you
No,
have to
repeat
say.
it. Repeat it.
I don't understand why your opinion is valid when you're not the one with the vagina.
So just because. So what about women who have had hysterectomies? Are they not allowed to have opinions? What about women who can't naturally become pregnant? I don't see why is what between your legs a determining factor in whether or not you can have an opinion on something.
Well, you
it's-
can have an opinion, but it's just not a very valid one.
Okay, so tell you what. Men are the only ones that are subject to military conscription. Women should not.
This is gonna come up.
All women should no longer be able to vote.
Why?
Because no woman here is subject to military conscription.
what do you mean?
No woman at this table here
Is gonna
has
be
been or
forced
will
We're not
be.
forced to go to war.
military.
Yeah.
Unless I choose to.
But you're not.
But you're not
You
forced
would never be
to. Men
forced
are
to.
forced.
So
That's
w-
what he's trying to say.
Actually, and no woman should be able to be president. No one, because the president can send people to war. Congress can send people to war. So should women not be able to run for political office? Because no woman would ever be subject to military draft.
Why
I
does
don't- I don't
everything have to
understand
do
the
with the
question.
military,
What's
though?
the question?
Like, why does the
Yeah.
military
You
dictate
said
everything?
you said that men are not allowed to have an opinion on the abortion
No, I
issue
didn't say
because
men
they
are not
don't
allowed
have.
to opinion. I'm just saying that there's a lot of men that have very strong opinions about an issue that doesn't have too much to do with them. I mean, it's.
I mean, that's a
fine to have an
logical. It's a logical fallacy to say just because you have certain genitalia that you can't have an opinion on
That's
something.
not what I'm saying. I
That's-
think you're
no.
taking my words
It-
and running with it.
It has
And-
to do more than just.
Also, I would say that there's about 50% of people who are pro-life are women, so you have to contend with that.
Well, I'm not understanding if you're arguing pro-choice or pro-life because you're saying one thing and then arguing another. So that's
Well, I'm sort of
very
I'm
contradicting.
playing devil's advocate here, and
Sure.
I'm steel manning the
Sure, you can.
I'm
have,
steel manning the pro-life position.
neither opinion is wrong. Opinions are just opinions. I mean, I'm not saying you can't have your opinion or your opinion is wrong. I'm just saying it's not
Yeah.
a very. It's like if I have my opinion on like racial issues and stuff like that, but it's like my voice isn't the one that should be the most uplifted if it's not an issue that directly affects me or resonates me the strongest. I'm not a good candidate to talk about Black Lives Matter. I have strong opinions about social justice, but like the best way to do it is just let people speak who like are directly involved in it. Like, why
Well,
does
I
every
mean, I
straight
kind of-
man have to like echo their opinion about a woman's body?
Keyword opinion. We're all gonna have different opinions,
all
and
gonna
that's
have
why we're all gonna
different
make different
opinions.
choices. So everyone should just be
We
able
can
to do
all
what they
play
want as
devil's
long as it's not,
advocate. I can sit
like,
here
hurting
and
another human
give you
being.
every hot take, but
Well, I mean,
For the
you're
sake
you're kind of just getting into identity politics, that some people's voices matter less on an issue. I mean, I would say that your skin color, your race, your ethnicity, your gender should be irrelevant in being able to intellectualize on any
it's
sort of.
absolutely relevant because
It's
this
not-
is a country that's literally run and
God,
governed
here we
by
go.
straight white men's opinions.
It,
So
I mean, that's.
we're sitting here right now playing into like Call of Duty level circle jerk clapback porn. Let's not pretend this isn't literally that. So that's all.
I mean, that's just apex fallacy. Like, I'm not. Look, okay, I'll just say this on abortion. We're going to move on. Look, ultimately, I would say I'm pro-choice with caveats. I think that, I mean, I already said some of it, but I'd be in favor of more robust sexual education, sex ed. I think birth control should be free. I think we should develop a male birth control. And I think we should, there should,
Tampons should be free and pads.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, next. Keep going. Sorry.
we should, sorry, I lost my train of thought.
My bad.
We should, I said, research male birth control. I actually did an interview with someone who's working on male birth control, and we should, what was the last one? Totally fucked me there.
Flustered.
My bad.
I think at the end of the day, it's not black and white. It's
It's a tough topic.
yeah.
It's a
There's
tough
gray
one.
areas. There's lives affected, whether it's moms or the
Oh,
baby.
I got it. Okay. We should do away with hookup culture. I think that's a contributor of unwanted pregnancies.
Yeah, but that's why we have sex for pleasure.
Well, we can get into the body count thing stuff too, but but okay. And then also we should be developing an artificial womb. I think that is the ultimate solution to the abortion debate. If we can develop an artificial womb, then women, if they want, can terminate their pregnancy, but you can save the life. And it can be gestated or whatever, developed in an artificial womb. So both sides, the pro-life and the pro-choice, of course, idiots on both sides will say no. They'll probably still have an issue with an artificial womb, but you save the life, the woman can terminate the pregnancy.
Okay,
what
and
if
then
you don't want
where does the baby
you
go
walking
then?
Around? What if you don't even want your you're gonna know that that's your baby? And
You don't think that'd be a fair compromise? A woman can terminate her pregnancy, but the life gets to
Can you
continue.
clarify when you're saying artificial womb? Is the artificial womb like in attachment with a woman, or is it a separate AI?
It'd be like
Separate.
like an external, it'd be an external thing, like maybe
So
in the
he's-
hospital or something.
Oh, okay. So he's like he nuts in her, but then they put the nut in the womb.
No. She gets
sorry, I'm
she
sorry.
gets
Incubator on the side.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
then it
nutting
grows
in the
in there.
womb, in the fake
No,
womb.
No.
You have
No.
a baby in you. They take the baby out and then they put it in an incubator.
And then it
Got
grows
it.
for
Yeah.
9 months.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry,
Yeah.
I was confused.